What's up, Who Dat Nation? How's everybody doing? Let me talk about some Saints football today. Listen, there is nothing more irritating than questionable hiring, adding certain personnel to the staff, and nothing upsets us fans more than how it's been lately. Now, for those of you who don't know, I know this has been announced for several days. I was so irritated and so burnt out with the fact that the way we hire the individuals that we've been hiring, I feel like we're not doing our due diligence and taking our time. I feel like we're just picking people on the shit pool and just be like, all right, we're gonna hire this dude, we're gonna hire Joe Schmo.
What it takes?
I'll tell you what I got. Your wife's pussy on my breath.
Nobody's ever talked to me like that before.
That's because everyone's mouth is usually full of your wife's box.
You're hired.
Until, Breeze came to the rescue with Sean Payton, and then Sean Payton forming a formidable, respectable staff, and then our guys grinding, getting tutored by the best of the best, and actually drafting the right people for our franchise. And let me tell you something, we don't have that winning pedigree or respect anymore. The fact that DA is our coach still, and mind you, DA is 15-38 as a fucking head coach. So that means he lost 38 out of the 53 games that he has played as a head coach. He failed as our Oakland Raiders head coach. Now he's failing us. The fact that we kept him around and still he's our head coach to this day, our franchise is a joke. Mickey Loomis, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I honestly don't know what you're doing. I think he's like bullshit. Fuck it. I don't even care. I don't know what you're doing. Gayle Benson, do something about this. Somebody needs to step up. So for the past several days, we've hired Todd Grantham. For those of you who don't know who Todd Grantham is a former defensive coordinator for the Florida Gators. All right. Not only did it was shit the bed. Okay, so for several under Dan Mullen, right? Now, for you Florida Gators fans who know Dan Mullen is, Dan Mullen was trash. Yeah, he had a good 3-4. I guess the first 3-4 games, he played great. Obviously, he played shit teams, but the fact that Dan Mullen was the head coach for the Florida Gators, mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Particular year, Todd Grantham was defensive coordinator, and then Mullen threw him under the bus and fired him. Okay? I don't know much about his defensive schemes or styles and whatnot. I know he's a decent defensive line coach, but I hope he can do some wonders for Davenport and Peyton Turner. I mean, oh my God, I still can't believe we wasted our draft capital on Turner, but listen, I want to talk about it. I hope he could do something. Maybe he can prove himself worthy because of the fact that he was under Coach Dan Mullen when he was a defensive coordinator. And he's coached in the NFL for several years in the past, so he has experience. But not many people know his resume. His resume is not that great. Joe Woods coached a Cleveland Browns defense that ranked, I believe, 5th in passing and 14th overall, but 25th in rushing. I know he's a very, very competitive defensive coordinator, and he did a decent job with their DBs. And I know they have a very, very young DB core, so they did it pretty phenomenal in the passing game. It's just that their pass rush was awful, with the exception of Myles Garrett. So there are certain things that he brings to the table. Now I wish that we took our due diligence and time, and we did our homework before we hire someone just right out the rip job with the defense. We were once ranked dead last. We were, I believe, the first from week 1. So we were from week 1 to about week 5-ish or 6-ish, I believe. We were dead last in defensive categories. And somehow we rose from the dead and ended up ranking 5th in passing. No, excuse me, 2nd in passing We had the second best passing defense. Thank God, as of late, Paulson Adebo played better. Bradley Roby played better. Marshawn Lattimore was injured for most of the year. I mean, Chris Harris pretty much stepped up a little bit, but he's still old as shit. Tyrann Mathieu, I mean, he's showing his like flashes. Marcus May, I'm still not a fan of him. I feel like we could have done something better or picked up someone better in our scheme. Wish we kept Marcus Williams, but I know it was a contract issue and he got paid more with the Ravens. But I feel like our defense played way better. Our rushing defense was god awful this year. My goodness, 24th overall. And the fact that like we couldn't balance it enough, it really hurt us. That's why I wish we took our time picking a defensive coordinator. And what saddens me even more is that our offensive coordinator, Pete Carmichael, is still on the team. I'm not bashing on him. He's a great coach. I'm sure he has personnel issues. The entire Saints organization has dealt with injuries. But God damn it, we need a different direction. And you know why? It starts with the head coach. And the fact that we have a piece of okay, I'm going to watch the fact that we have, I don't want to disrespect DA. I love DA. He's done a great job with our defense in the past under Sean Payton. I can't bash on him. Like, he's a good defensive coordinator. I wish we hired somebody else and then somehow managed to keep DA as a defensive coordinator or something. Something. But I don't understand why we couldn't get a guy like Brian Daboll. Literally. We did the hiring process. I get it. Mickey Loomis wanted to promote somebody within. I guess that's what his ideas were. You could have promoted somebody else, but you promoted Dennis Allen to give him another chance. Where his resume shit. How are you going to promote somebody or hire somebody for a head coach position that's 15-38? That means you lost 38 games out of 53 games that you fucking played. In what world is that allowed? That's my thing. Mickey Loomis, you're embarrassing us, man. We're like a clown organization. People are just shitting on us. People are like, ha ha ha, laughing at the Saints. Sooner or later, we're gonna put our brown bags around our heads and be like, yo, fire Loomis. Like, we need a general manager too. It seems like we need a new direction in the top of the chain. Like a Brandon Beane from the Bills. Like a Brett Veach from the Chiefs. Shit, like, can we get some help? Hope and I pray that it is a possibility that we can achieve new heights next year. And I pray at least we can make the playoffs. Please. Tom Brady's officially retired. Okay, so the Bucs are going to be in a rebuilding mode at the QB position, or maybe the entire team, because a bunch of people are probably start leaving. The Atlanta Falcons are definitely in a rebuilding mode because they have no fucking quarterback. Desmond Ridder is not the answer. It seems like, and he's still young, but he's not. To me, it seems like he's not the answer. Now, Marcus Mariota, aka Bubblegum Arm, is not ready. All right, they use Kyle Pitts, and I don't even know why they drafted Kyle Pitts. And the way they use Kyle Pitts is awful, terrible. Don't know how to use him right. He's not a blocker. Make him go run some routes. He's tall. He's fast. Like, I don't understand. Like, you should be using him like a Travis Kelce. All right. And Carolina Panthers is going to be a surprising team next year. I feel like under Coach Frank Reich. Frank Reich is a terrific coach. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Frank Reich has done a lot for the Philadelphia Eagles as an offensive coordinator, and he did some good stuff for the Colts. He just had a shitty quarterback in Carson Wentz to lose that game to the Jaguars. All they needed to do that year was to beat the Jaguars, and they fucking couldn't get it done. So, you know what I'm saying? Frank Reich is an underrated coach, and he's a player's coach, and people love him. People love playing for him. So I see the Panthers being the biggest threat in the NFC South next year. Mark my words. All right? If it's not us, it's them. But it just irks me. Come on, Saints fans. If you have any comments, if you want to say something, please drop me a comment. Let me hear your opinions. And if you feel like you agree with me and you want to fight, you think we should fire Dennis Allen, we should fire Mickey Loomis, start over again from scratch, whatever the case may be, get on board, get on this train. And if you like the video, if you like what you see, please like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please smash that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate your support. Nothing means more to me than seeing you guys on this journey with me, and I appreciate you guys so much. And I cannot wait to see what the next few years hold for me, as well as building this relationship and this connection with you guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. God bless.